Greetings to all. It is so glad that we are doing our electrical and electronics engineering final year in KS Rangasamy College of Technology, Namakkal. Myself, Fazal, and my batchmates are Janani and Kritika Devi. On behalf of my batchmates, now I'm going to present a video on the topic of embedded system basics and its application which is implemented in our day-to-day life. The topic of this video is embedded system security and implementation in ATM. Before involving into this presentation, we should know some of the synopsis that we are going to discuss in this video. The contents are embedded system, application areas, advantages, ATM fraud and security. The subtopics are card theft, shoulder surfing, skimming devices, conclusion. So in the topic of embedded system, we are going to discuss what is embedded system, why we are using, what is the use of using embedded systems, and the application area related to the sectors and fields where we are using this particular embedded system in our day-to-day life. And as we all know that every coin has two sides, here also we have some both pros and cons. In that area, we are going to discuss about the advantages. And the main theme of this video is ATM fraud and the security. The ATM fraud in the sense stealing money with the help of ATM. ATM means automated teller machine. And the subtopics involved in this ATM fraud and securities is card theft, shoulder surfing, skimming devices, and conclusion. Next. Embedded system. Generally, what is embedded system? A combination of an hardware and a software which together form a component of large machine is usually called as an embedded system. And this is specifically designed for a particular kind of an application device. And in these nowadays, the embedded system become a trend and we are using in all over the fields in our day-to-day life. Application areas. We are using embedded systems in n number of sectors and fields in our day-to-day life, like banks, automobiles, building systems, and etc. Actually, where do we use our embedded system? For instance, in banking, we are using embedded systems in ATMs, statement printers, and etc. In automobiles, we are using for car alarm, immobilizer, engine management, cruise control, and so on. In building systems, which means constructional areas, we are using for the purpose of elevators, lightnings, locks, alarm systems, and etc. And next comes the main theme of this video, the application areas which is going to discuss in this video. That is, before we should know about the pros and cons. The advantage of using embedded system, it is much faster so that proper output with a quick speed we can get, and it is more reliable, and the embedded system is generally cheaper so that there exists no high capital cost or no any cost which in a sense higher cost. It is generally cheaper and it is easier to manufacture so that anyone can handle this and we can easily manufacture this embedded system and can implement in our day-to-day life. It not only these points but also we have n number of advantages. And next come the main theme. ATM fraud and security. The heading itself we could understand that ATM fraud in the sense making some fraud things in automated teller machine. Managing the risk associated with the ATM fraud. Generally nowadays, this generation is particularly depends upon money. So what happens automatically? Robbers start stealing the money. So in order to steal money, ATM became one of the easiest way so that they can easily go and steal money. This can be avoided with the help of three methods. One is video surveillance, awareness and consumer education, remote monitoring. Remote monitoring is one of the general method. We can usually find these types of remote monitoring in each and every ATM centers. Like there will be some CCTV camera in ATM centers, so that whatever happens inside the ATM centers, it is automatically records, and the police officers get the information by using this, so that we can reduce the ATM fraud. And awareness and consumer education is a general type to create an awareness to the public how to use the ATM, how to prevent from these frauds, and how to secure our ATM frauds. So the subtopics of these continues as card theft. Card theft, in the sense, it is very easy to understand that stealing our cards, and by stealing they'll trap our cards, and the plastic transparent film will be pasted over the original magnetic film, so that they can use our card and they can make as a fraud, and they can easily steal our money from using the card trapping method. And in order to prevent this, we can use the phishing devices, and also can be prevented by using a remote diagnostics to monitor the ATM. And shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing is a general type of method where one stands behind someone while depositing or withdrawing a money from ATM centers. It is just a direct observation of copying the password while someone is entering the passkey in ATM. And miniature video cameras on the fascia, which in the means above the keypad there will be a camera which is placed by some robbers in order to watch what is your passkey, so that they will theft your card, and automatically with the method of shoulder surfing they will steal your money. In order to prevent this, nowadays we can see in ATM centers there is a mirror into the fascia, so that no one can place any miniature videos to prevent the ATM fraud. And ergonomic designs can also be used to prevent this. And next comes the skimming devices. Skimmers used to capture the data stored in the magnetic stick of the card. It is smaller than a deck of cards, which retains more information. To prevent this, we can control the speed of card while inserting into the machine, which will be using for withdrawing and depositing a money, and installing an auto alert system, which means that there exists any problem, automatically an alert system will be created, so that everyone will be alert. And thus I came for a conclusion that I can summarize. I hope you guys understood the basics of embedded system, that is why we are using, what is embedded system, where we are using, how we are using, and some of the applications I also have included in this video, and the security requirements of the embedded system, and ways to secure from the attacks, in the sense card thefting, shoulder surfing, skimming devices, how to prevent these things we have discussed us, so that the task of securing the ATM in the future lies at the hands of engineer. That's it about my presentation. I hope some of you people understand the basics and the embedded systems application. Any queries, you can quest us. Thanks a lot on behalf of my team.